Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome back to the 2023 Porsche eSports Challenge USA. It is round number 3, the final round to qualify for the live event at Laguna Seca, and the chance to take home part of the $30,000 in cold hard cash. Well, what more likely, a check or direct deposit. If you haven't been following along, the top 4 drivers from each time trial, along with 4 drivers that qualified at various Porsche dealerships within the continental United States, will advance to the live event and compete for that chance at the $30,000 in prize money. That's not the only prizes. Those that didn't qualify for the live event were gifted 3 fabulous Porsches in gorgeous historic liveries. For round number 1, we received the 1970 Porsche 917K in the unmistakable Salzburg Racing red and white livery. Then, for round number 2, we were awarded with the absolutely gorgeous Rothmans livery laid on top of a 1987 Porsche 959. And for round number 3, the factory team has chosen the 2017 Porsche RSR in the much adored pink pig livery that carried over from the original 1971 Porsche Sarah 917-20 pink pig race car. With this epic ride, Porsche paired it with a hometown favorite, the ever so popular Daytona racecourse. Now let's talk about that 2017 Porsche 991 RSR. Well, Porsche managed 3rd place in the 2017 World Endurance Manufacturers Championship, but pulled that up to a 1st in the 2018 to 2019 World Endurance GTE Manufacturers Championship. The RSR also took 1st and 2nd home for the GT Le Mans Team Championship and Manufacturers Championship. But let's face it, the real reason Porsche chose the 2017 RSR was because they knew that that car was the one that brought Go Gretty his first A+ ranking way back in 2020. Speaking of Go Gretty, let's get on with the laps. First, I'm going to show you my best lap that I was able to put down at Daytona to get me into the top 30 in the US of A. And then I'm going to show you the outstanding top time here at Daytona in the 2017 RSR. On to Gretty's top 30 ranked lap in the United States. I knew this lap was no good because I had 0.5 seconds over my previous fast time of 145.958 that I had going on here. So instead of keeping it narrow, I'm going to go wide here on the big bank section of Daytona to build up as much speed as possible at the start of the next lap. So whenever I seem to be behind my time, this is what I would do. I go outside here, take the longest distance, which gives me the longest amount of time to build up speed. As you can see, I got the blue arrow down here in the center. That means I'm gaining time on my previous lap. And then when I start this lap, now I've got a little bit of a head start before. Get on the brakes there, just at the black marker on the fence line. Cut as tight as you can to the wall without hitting it, and power out as soon as you dare. A little too early and you will lose the back end. Gonna get on the brakes here right before that pole on the left hand side, and then again powering out of the corner. Now this is the top time lap in front of me, and I am right on the back bumper, which is great when to know that you're doing well for the lap, but it absolutely sucks for seeing your next braking point, which is right there before the curbing starts on the left hand side. Went a little bit deep there and got loose coming out of the other side. Probably lost a good 2/10 right there in that corner just by getting loose on the exit. I was having trouble seeing my exit point, but I had a great exit out of the following left-hander. Really nice solid exit from myself, and then I'm back onto the straight. I'm looking like I'm about 4/10 behind the lead lap right now, the fast time set by Kalen. And this was quite a few days ago, but he set that lap pretty early. So following him towards the chicane, going to get on the brakes right before the one board there, getting on the brakes, get to the inside, cut this corner to set up the tight inside line to get on the gas as quick as possible. Now, Kalen was coming out in 4th gear. I came out in 3rd. For whatever reason, I just couldn't get the car to feel right coming out in 4th gear. So probably losing a little bit of time that way. Now I'm gaining on my previous fast time, a .958, keeping that inside tight line, coming down the straight at Daytona, trying to prove on that 145.810. Squeeze it as far in as I can, cross the line with my best time, a 145.695. And that would be good for 27th in the USA when all was said and done. Now let's look at the fastest lap in the US of A. So here comes Kalen down the straight, heading for the start-finish line. He's going to cross it right now. Now we're looking for the right-hand black marker up there on the fence. Just goes past it, gets on the brakes. Not too much braking, bleeding it off nicely. Cuts it down to the inside. Just misses the wall there. And then back on the power. Extremely fast. Just right on at the perfect amount of time. Getting on the brakes there before the pole, just like I did earlier, into first, and then second gear, goes down into first, get a little extra rotation into this Porsche RSR. Now heading back up this inside straight, a little kink to the left here, full throttle, gonna get on the brakes about 3/4 of the way through this driveway on the left, down into first, gets the car to rotate into second. Look at squeezing back up on second gear, feeling the traction of the rear tires build as he comes out of the corner, just giving it a little bit of slip, getting on the brakes there about the midway point of that driveway. First to rotate, then look at him, just working the throttle in second gear, just trying to find the traction as he comes out, just misses the wall on the exit, and then back down to the inside to the tight line. Keeping the distance short, you know, that lessens the amount of time you're gonna be on the track. So, fifth gear, heading down this long back straight before the chicane. The chicane, one of the big time grabs here on this track. Watch this, brakes here just before the one board, touches the wall. Look how much he cuts right there, back across the grass into fourth, back on the throttle, coming out the other end, cuts as much of the track again as he can, trying to find those hundreds and thousandths of a second. And boy, he found them all as he absolutely decimates the field on this lap, coming down the final straight, hugging it tight to the inside into sixth gear. All he's got is a few hundred feet remaining to set the top time in the USA. Crosses the line with a 144.853. So there you have it, the round three qualifiers. Kalen in P1 with that 144.853, followed by Cooper, Helt, and Wurtzy, all qualify for the Porsche eSports Challenge USA 2023. Congratulations to all the live events qualifiers. Week one ended with Lamb, Wimfire, Heck, and Haywood, and then they were followed in week two by Pingu, Cyrus, Nagler, and Garona, putting in the top four times in each of those weeks. The final four will be joining the competition from the time trials. Not exactly sure who they are, but I do know Pei Mei qualified as well as Dennis. And here they are, as it was tweeted on Twitter by Pei Mei himself. Twitter handle right there. So I'd like to congratulate all of the contestants that qualified online for the live event, as well as those that qualified at the dealerships. Hope you have a great time in Laguna Seca, and hey, come back, let us know how you did. For those watching the video, if you could be so kind as hit the like and or subscribe, come back, check out some more of the action, I would greatly appreciate it. For myself, Go Gretty, y'all have a great evening.